Hello and how's it going, everybody? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news, and the news I have for you all today is a discovery that I just made that suggests a new Mass Effect game is in development right now, and that it is Bioware's next game right after Anthem. And this is super exciting, and I'm already hyped for this because I love Mass Effect. It's one of my top 3 all-time favorite game franchises, and the stories, the characters, and the experiences I've had while playing Mass Effect games are well above almost any other game, and even some movies and some books. And this kind of goes along with the trend that the next generation of gaming will see, because we have a lot of space games lined up. We have Bethesda Game Studios Starfield, we have The Outer Worlds, even though that's going to be on current gen as well, I believe, and then we have Star Citizen, which is supposed to come out at some point within our lifetime, I guess. And then on top of this, on the last N7 day back in November of 2018, Bioware teased that Mass Effect is definitely not dead and that something big was coming at some point very soon. But whether or not this is going to be Mass Effect Andromeda 2 or a continuation of the Mass Effect 3 story arc is yet to be seen, but there is evidence to suggest that both of these things are possible actually, and on top of this, there might be something to suggest that Commander Shepard may even still be alive. But let's get to the evidence, and as always, I'm gonna be recording my screen, that way you can see my bullshit capacity meter is always running at 0%, and that way you can see the information for yourself and look it up to verify it if you choose to. And we're gonna start our adventure right here, and what this list is all the current and even pending trademarks and patents for Electronic Arts. That's pretty big, I know. There's a huge list of stuff here. This is a very, very big archive, and there's a lot of stuff to go through, but the stuff we're going to be talking about today are these first 4 right here: Project Apex and Apex Legends. I'm sure that these two things go together, and whatever Apex Legends is probably the card game or the mobile game aspect of Project Apex. Now remember, Electronic Arts, including Bioware, already own the trademark to Mass Effect, and that name is a separate trademark, so they wouldn't have to put Mass Effect Project Apex in this, but as I'll show you later, I'm almost certain that this is definitely Mass Effect related. And if you look at the classifications, they have the same classifications that all the other video games that I've covered in these trademark investigations have, the Class 41 and the Class 9. And if we look up Project Apex, we can find some interesting stuff that kind of makes this an even more deeper and mysterious situation. So let's take that registration number and let's look that up right now. This is the actual trademark finding and all the documents and all of the registrations, all of the proceedings, everything there is to know, and that is ongoing with Electronic Arts and thus Bioware's Project Apex trademark. You can see that it is definitely a video game. If you look at goods and services, it has the Class 9 classification, which is the computer game software, video game software, and almost any other game has this trademark. I'm sure you guys know that by now. But this is a very, very new trademark. It was filed on October 12th of 2018, and I'm surprised that I didn't notice this and a lot of other people haven't, but my guess as to why is because look at this massive ass list of trademarks. There's so many trademarks here. I am totally not surprised that people didn't take the hours to go through this. It took me a long time to try and find Project Apex and stuff, but here it is. Project Apex is right there, and now we have this situation to be keeping an eye on. You can see it's been assigned to an examiner within US Patent and Trademark Office to get approved or denied, and it's probably going to get approved, and from this point forward, we have to see what happens with this. Now, I looked up Project Apex to see if there's anything going on, anything announced, and there isn't. Electronic Arts, Bioware, no one has said anything related to Project Apex, but Apex is related to Mass Effect because in Mass Effect Andromeda, the Apex squads were the squads you sent out to do missions for you and to earn awards, as well as Apex was the name of the multiplayer component, and all your multiplayer online characters were part of the Apex squad. So that kind of leads me to believe that this might be related to Mass Effect Andromeda, but I'm not certain because there is some other stuff going down deeper in this trademark if we look, and that is right here within the documents. Let's look at the X-Search summary to see what I'm talking about. Now, the X-Search summary is something that these companies do to look at the trademark database to see if anything else might go against their trademark, oppose it, or cause any future issues. They do this to be certain that nothing else is out there that can cause them any problems, but this doesn't always happen because as we've seen with Bethesda Game Studios, their Redfall trademark is currently being opposed by the Redfall book, so we'll have to keep an eye on that situation as well. I've covered that in the previous video, but let's continue on with this X-Search summary. Now, a lot of these X-Search summaries are in code. They have their own kind of coding language to carry out searches within the trademark database, but you can see it's pretty self-explanatory. Games, gaming, GS, and then just different search variables. But the most interesting search variable that definitely stood out to me was this right here. Not dead. Why would Bioware be searching not dead while they're filing a Mass Effect related trademark? I mean, if you think of the Mass Effect universe and you think of not dead, the most obvious thing that pops into your mind is Commander Shepard. I would say spoiler alert here, but I'm guessing that you know Commander Shepard dies. Unless you believe in the indoctrination theory, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But I believe that this not dead thing has something to do with Commander Shepard. Of course, this is some kind of tinfoil hat speculation here, but this might be related to the Mass Effect 3 story arc. Maybe Project Apex is where the team from Mass Effect Andromeda actually goes back to the Milky Way galaxy to help Commander Shepard rebuild humanity on Earth. That would be pretty damn epic. And then if we look down here, there was something I tried to do here to make sure that this not dead thing was indeed related to a search variable, because for a second I thought that this not dead thing here and all of these different searches could have been put in here by Bioware because they didn't want to find dead or inactive trademarks. If they're searching for trademarks, they're searching for trademarks that specifically were not dead and were still active, but that is not the case because you can look over here, dead marks. This is actually a category that you can get in your search results, and sometimes it's NA'd, meaning not applicable, but it's not NA'd on all the ones that say not dead. You can see right here, not dead is in these search variables, but it is not applicable, meaning that dead trademarks could have still been received in this search query. So that tells me that Bioware was searching not dead for something other than trademark related things. They're searching not dead for something related to the actual game that they were filing, related actually to Mass Effect, and if we think of not dead, that immediately tells us Commander Shepard. So yes, this is a little bit of tinfoil hat speculation, but it is based on actual educated analysis of this X-Search summary within the Mass Effect trademark filing. Now there is another interesting thing here. Like I said, I looked up Project Apex by Electronic Arts to see if anything would pop up. Obviously Apex pops up because it's related to Mass Effect, but look right here. The Mass Effect official website is like in the top 10 search results for Project Apex. That could just be a coincidence, but usually when this happens, it happens because the thing that you typed in the search bar is a tag on that website or that video or whatever. So what I think is Project Apex is actually somewhere within the code in the official Mass Effect website right now, and it's awaiting to be unveiled to the world whenever this trailer drops. Maybe at E3 2019. Like I said, I for one would love another Mass Effect to come back. Mass Effect Andromeda was a good game, but it didn't compare at all to the original Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I'd like to see Bioware take a step back to go to the magic that Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 had, try and recapture that vibe, that essence, and bring us back to that universe, literally, in Mass Effect Project Apex, or whatever this game is going to be called. And as always, I want to know what you have to say about all of this. Let me know down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet and may get featured in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe to stay in the know when it comes to gaming news. Follow me over on Twitter for the latest channel updates and random shit about me. Come follow me over on Twitch where I'm a Twitch affiliate, and come over to the channel Discord chat server where there is always an awesome and active conversation and some speculation taking place. And if you want to have your hand in providing future content and protecting the channel from bullshit video takedowns, then consider subscribing to the community on Patreon, where you can earn unique and awesome awards and stand amongst the few as a defender of the channel. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when Project Apex turns out to be Mass Effect Battle Royale.
Bye, have a great time.